Hello, everyone. So if you are watching the replay, I am Corinne Crabtree. I am the founder of the No BS Business Women's Membership. I am also the founder and CEO of the No BS Weight Loss Program. And this is a monthly live that I do for anyone who is on my mailing list. So if you like business advice, if you want a class, this is for you. If you want to always be notified of when I'm going to be going live to teach you things, you need to make sure you go to freevideo.nobsbusinesswomen.com. And you can get information. There's a little free resource I'll give you on tips for social, things like that. And you will get motivational emails and all the things from me. All right. So we're going to do things differently today. Normally what I do is I just do open Q&A and people just ask questions. I'm going to have Q&A time at the end, but I decided to teach a class today. We are going to do 4 keys to writing email sequences that sell. So I think this is important because a lot of you are very nervous about sending emails. You're not sure what to write. You have a lot of drama behind emails, and I get it. When I first started writing emails for my business, I just didn't know what I was doing. Like literally, I just type some shit up and send it out. Now, that's a blessing and a curse. The blessing of just typing some shit out and getting it out there is at least your people hear you. When you are not typing shit out and you are not sending anything, guess what? No one's life changes. No one knows who you are. You are sitting around probably worrying about getting clients and stuff. So we want to at least get to the point where we can send our stuff. And so that's one of the 4 keys. The curse of just typing and sending some shit out is that, you don't always sell it very well and your message might be muddled and all these other things. But that's okay. I have a philosophy in building my business. And just so you know, if you're newer to me, I am an 8-figure business, a profitable 8-figure business, which I would like to just say there is a big difference between people out there in the world right now saying, yeah, like my business did 12 million, my business did 15 million, my business did X million dollars, and it's costing them about that much money to run their fucking business. Not this bitch. I am just saying we're very profitable. We profit well over 30% each year. That's above industry standard, but I also believe in a very purpose-driven, mission-driven, lean group of people who are dedicated to the cause. And that is why we are able to crank out not only the service that we do for our businesses, but also to be able to profit. So it's important for you as you're following people, check and see which coaches you're listening to. Do they talk about their success? But do they give you some real numbers? Are they just making money, but not really telling you if they're able to live? Are they spending as much money as they're making on their business? So it's just important. So today, let's get back to the email stuff because I think this is going to be key. So and do me a favor right now. If you're watching, please tag someone who needs to be here. I know all of you that follow me have coaching buddies. You have female entrepreneurs who are trying to get their hustle going. Tag them in the comments right now so that they either come live or they at least know to watch the replay. The replay lives here. It is completely free. Make sure you like and follow this page so that you never miss any of this stuff. All right, let's start with key number 1. The first thing, before we even get into the 4 keys, the first thing you have to understand is that emails, they are the lifeblood of your business. They are the lifeblood of your business. And you need to be building your list and you need to be emailing your list. To me, that is like the most important things that I do in my business outside of taking care of my customers. Taking care of my current customers is king, and the queen is the email list and making sure. I like to think about my email list is not where I sell things. My email list is where I am going to help someone know how to change their life. My email list, I want people on it. I want to be giving them value, but I want to make sure they're on it because I know that when they're on my email list versus just on my social, I can have an intimate conversation with them, unlike that I can have on social. I think social is great, but I think social should be where people get to know you better, but it should always be to drive them to that email list where personal conversations can happen, where you can control how often you're talking to them. You can't control how often you talk to people on social. Just like I have thousands of people on my email list, I have a handful that show up for live, even though I'm on social. It doesn't mean it's not important. It just means that I want you to be thinking about email. To me is like where we have a private conversation where you and I can get to know each other. And I can talk to you as often as I want when I'm doing it in email. So email is number one, is like the lifeblood of your business. And it's important that you know what to send, how often to send things, and to have the confidence that you're not coming across like a douchebag. All right, so here are the 4 keys. The very first key is your email mindset must change in order for you to change the lives of your customers. I'm going to say it again. Your email mindset must change in order for the lives of your customers to change. So please make sure you write that down, because one of the things that I think is a big misconception among a lot of people who are starting out and trying to get, especially women who are trying to get to that first 100K, is you think of sending, like, I'm sending emails today. I've got a task to write emails today. That is not what you have. That is some bullshit mindset right there. Your emails are your opportunity to start a movement with your clients. So I want to give you an example. For me, when I lost 100 pounds, my first business was a weight loss membership. I still have it. It is my passion. I have a business membership also because I also have a passion for helping women build their business. But let's go back to my weight loss days. When I lost 100 pounds, there was this day that I was standing in the mirror, tucking my shirt in. I'd never been able to tuck my shirt in. If I had ever tucked my shirt in, it was because I was forced to in high school or in elementary school for a uniform. It never was a good look on Corinne. I always was about 75 to 100 pounds overweight. And so this one day after I'd lost weight, I'm tucking my shirt in and I look at my husband and I'm smiling and elated. And I told him, I feel amazing for like the first time in my life. And women don't get to feel amazing. I've lost weight before and never felt this good. I knew that I had finally lost weight, not because I wasn't happy because I was smaller. I was happy because I talked differently to myself for the first time. There had been so many times where I'd lost weight, where even if I'd lost weight, I nitpicked my body. I was terrified of food. I had cut off, I could never go out to eat or do anything because I did such a restricted diet, but not this time. And I looked at him and I said, I know what I want to do with my life. I want to help other people lose weight too. I want them to feel amazing. I don't want them to just lose weight. And so that moment, I knew that I was going to start a movement. I was going to figure out how to teach as many fucking women as I possibly could, that not only could they put down the lifelong battle with their weight, but they could also like themselves. That they didn't have to just be thin to like themselves. When I write emails, that's what I'm thinking about. I am thinking about the movement I want to create. I am thinking about the lives I want to change. I am envisioning that person who was me on day one. And I promise all of you that when you start treating your emails like you are trying to ignite change in people's lives with every sentence that you write, You show up differently for your people. Your email writing suddenly isn't such a slog or a drain on you. You start wanting to study email copy so that you can get your message across better and better and better. Because your emails, they're conveying a story to all of your future clients that you can help them, that you're the one who can help fulfill their dreams while also fulfilling your own. Like, I want you to think about this. Your people on your list got on your list because somewhere deep down, they want something so bad. There's something that you know that you can do for them that would help them with their dreams. And when you write emails, not only are you helping them, but you're fulfilling your mission and your purpose. So those are the things that we have to keep in mind. And also, when you think about your automated email campaigns, this is the story of why people should work with you. This is the story that helps them understand why you're the one, what you can do for them, what their life could look like. So many people are sitting around in this world right now, they can't even imagine their future. They only know the pain they're in. And as email marketers, if you have an online business and you're going to be emailing, you're an email marketer, we have to stop just beating the drum of pain. We need to start showing them their aspirations, who they could be. Because if your clients are anything like mine, on my business side and on my weight loss side, for some of them, they have shut down the capacity to dream. They're so afraid they can't have it, they can't even picture it anymore. And if they can't picture it anymore, they will let go of it. They will bury it. They will suppress it. They will repress it. It's our job to show them what their life could be like. And that's the way I think about emails. And I'm not saying like every second is glory land when I'm writing, but every time I start bemoaning it, I come back to, this is like me sitting in the middle of a small cafe with someone, talking to them about their dreams, their ambitions, and that it is possible for them. And I know how. And I would love nothing more than to show you too. So the first thing is that mindset. Don't try to write. Don't be like, I need copy tips and I need this and I need that until your fucking mind is right behind it. When your mind's right behind it, trust me, every email you read from a marketer now, you will know when they are like, ooh, I love the way that they tell stories. I love the way that they convey. I love the things that they do. And I'm like, no, this is someone just trying to get my money. You will consume and learn copy way better, but that mindset has to change first. Number 2, every campaign that you write, whether that is a campaign is either one email or it is like a series of emails. So for example, I often have so if you're on my business membership list, I have an email that goes out every Wednesday. That is just a tip, a trick, a hack of something. And it has a purpose. Those Wednesday emails' main purpose is to show someone an easy way to do something or to overcome a mindset obstacle. When I think about my Wednesday emails, I'm always like, what is something that I can teach this week so that the person on the other end's day is just a little bit easier? What do I wish I had known when I was trying to get to 100K? What are those things? And so then you have like what we call a series of campaigns. So if you go to, I'll tell you the exact address again, freevideo.nobsbusinesswomen.com. Those emails are written with a different mindset. So I would just, if I was all of you, I would sign up for my free shit because a lot of you love my copy. You think, oh my God, Corinne, you're so good at the copy. Here's what I would do. I would sign up for my shit and read it just so you know what the hell I'm sending out. And then take this class that I'm teaching you and try to guess what was the one thing she was trying to do with this. So when you sign up for the free stuff, there's a series of emails. This is called an automated campaign, and it has a different purpose. So there are usually some different purposes. Number one, some email campaigns are all about warming people up. There's no ask, there's no nothing. It's like, let me tell you about myself. This is, here's your free stuff that you got. Here's my tips. Here's those kinds of things. Then you have a campaign sometimes that where the end result, the one thing it's supposed to do is to sell a product. So like when I'm launching, like we're getting ready to open the weight loss membership in 2 weeks. When I'm launching, those emails will be all about the end result is every one of them was written with the mindset of join the membership, and join the membership. Now, a lot of you do consult calls. You do one-to-one coaching. And so some of your email campaigns, the one thing it's supposed to do is to set somebody up to get on the phone with you so that you can have a conversation with someone about working with you, where you can show them who they want to be, help them solve something, and then have an honest conversation about like, is the customer right for me? And am I right for you? And so when you're writing your emails, the number 2 key is each campaign, do not write it before you know the one thing you want it to do. One of the biggest mistakes I see people do in copy is having multiple things for people to do in one email. Humans hate that. Humans will do nothing if they have choices. If you give them one option to do something, guess what? They're more likely to do it because it's easy to make the decision. It's either a yes or no. When you start giving them multiples, they're like, well, is it a yes or no to this and a yes or no to this? All this, just think about our average client. Our average client is reading your fucking emails on the phone in the middle of Target with a crying ass kid probably, or some jackass yelling at their kid in the next line over, trying to make a decision on your 40 calls to action about what they should do. So they'll do nothing. They'll delete your email. And then when they read your emails, they're typically overwhelmed with too many choices. Guess what happens next? Unsubscribe. I don't want to be here. You give me too many options. So you want to just make emails delightful, helpful, clear. I know exactly what you want me to do. Because if you think about people when they want to work with us, what do they want? They want to feel helped. They want to feel clear. When you present an email, the kind of leader you will be for them, if they join your membership, join your group, coach with you, buy your shit, buy your course, whatever it is, you set the tone of who you're going to be when they take that next step in those emails. All right. So number 1 is the email mindset must change in order to change the lives of your customers. Remember, you're starting a movement and igniting change in your customers' lives while also fulfilling the purpose and mission that you have for yourself. Number 2, every email campaign must start with knowing the one thing that campaign is supposed to do, whether that is one email or that is a series of emails. The third thing, everybody has to subscribe to the buy or unsubscribe mentality. Now, this is hard for a lot of people, but hear me out. Buy or unsubscribe means I am going to send emails on the regular. If I'm launching, you're going to hear from me a lot. The last thing I want, like let's take my weight loss launch coming up. The last thing I want for someone is to miss out on the moment that everything in their life could change. I really believe in my program. When people do it, they lose weight, they love their life. Some of y'all probably are in that membership. When you love your offer, and when you know that you are sending valuable emails, you no longer have a fear that, oh, I'm overwhelming my people. You are now over delivering to them. If the emails are valuable, the emails have a purpose, the emails are there for them to not miss their magic moment, because you know your shit is so good, you owe it to them to email them. And here's the thing, just because you send 10 emails, I want you to think about the one, like somebody that you absolutely love reading their shit. I have people on my list that I love their emails, and I don't even read all of those. I'm probably reading half of them. Like I think, oh yeah, I don't want to miss this. I'll save it. And then, 3 months goes by. I've read about 50% of them, and then I just delete the rest. Nobody's reading all your shit. But what you want is, if they are, that you're over delivering in every step, that you're so clear they know what this email is about, and that you're sending your offers so often that they don't have to email you when you close your cart or they miss a deadline and say, I didn't hear about it. I rarely ever, I used to get that. It is the rarity that we ever have someone email us now and say, you know what? I didn't even hear you were open. You know why? Because I've emailed them so fucking many times. They caught it. If they did miss it, you know what most people say? I was out of the country. I was on vacation for 10 days and I didn't even check my email. I came back. Lo and behold, Corinne, you were open. That I'm okay with. But if you send out like 3 and you're wondering why nobody is buying your shit, do not be shocked. So have a buy or unsubscribe mentality. If people don't want to hear from you that often, they'll just unsubscribe. If they don't want to hear from you that often, they probably weren't really interested in what you have to offer, or what you had to say just weren't your fit. So you want them off your list so that you don't have to manage your list that way. Trust me, as you get bigger and bigger and bigger, which all of you will, one day you're going to have hundreds of thousands of people on your list just like me. You don't want people on there that don't want to be on there because you're paying for every one of them people. You want to make it crystal clear that everybody on your list likes being there. That is why we give them the option to unsubscribe. All right. So the last key number 4, is to storyboard your email sequences. An email sequence is just like, if you're going to have an automated campaign and you're going to have like, here's all the emails they'll get when they enter my funnel. Here's all the emails they'll get when they do my launch. When somebody joins my No BS Business Women's membership, here's all the emails they'll get when they join that tells them what to do. You want to do something called storyboarding. So I'm going to hold this up. This is the No BS framework, the business framework for email sequences. What we do is when we have an email sequence, we go to a program called Whimsical. Whimsical is a cool program where you can map things. You want to map your email sequence so that you can see all the emails they're going to get and what happens. Now, some of you have simple series. It's like just 3 emails. If that's you, guess what? You can draw your damn boxes on a sheet of paper. If you don't like Whimsical and you ain't very technical, then just draw your emails out. The reason why you want to diagram your sequences is so that you can see your customer's journey. This is for my people who what we call the Frankenstein email sequence. Corinne had this. I just got through coaching someone inside of our private business membership. She's an autism mom. She's got a potty training guide. I was like, all right, I'm going to sign up for your stuff so that I can kind of see what's going on. Well, I was getting like, I told her, I was like, girl, here's the one thing you're doing. I got an email from you every day, sometimes twice, but here's what I didn't understand. I didn't understand the story. It felt like you didn't know how many emails you had added in at this point. So I said, I want you to storyboard your emails so that you know what all your people are doing. So she went to her email service provider, looked at her automated sequences and drew it all out and cleaned it up. This is important. You want to make sure that you really understand your customer's journey. Because what happens is when you first write it out, storyboard ahead of time. Like, here's all the emails I want to write. This is what makes sense. Then go back and do the copy. Now, if you join the No BS Business Women's membership, you get this framework. This is my suggested framework for every funnel that you have. So if you start if you have a valuable free offer, if you have a freebie, you have something that you do, this is the framework I suggest you use to get someone from dropping into your funnel to either buying your stuff or to getting on a consult call with you. And we give you examples of every one of these emails that I personally use in both of my businesses. It's all part of the content of that workshop. So that was what we studied this month. So you want to make sure that you understand the journey that your people are on with you. Because as you create more and more emails, it's really easy to just throw things into the sequence and like throw these emails like, ooh, I got a good idea. Ooh, I loved what I just saw somebody else in, and blah, 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 blah. And we add. At some point, you need to step back and you need to like, let me take a look at what I have, because you don't want a Frankenstein email sequence. Okay. So to recap, the 4 keys are: your mindset must change in order to change the lives of your customers. You've got to be thinking about, this is your mission. This is your opportunity to start a movement. This is my opportunity to change their life while fulfilling my mission and changing my own life. Number 2, you got to know the one thing that your email campaign is supposed to do. Is it to warm up? Is it to sell? Is it to get a consult call? Those are the 3 big ones. Number 3, adopt the buy or unsubscribe mentality. When you believe that when you are creating valuable email content for someone, when you truly are creating valuable content, you are now over delivering. You are no longer overwhelming. And number 4, storyboard your email sequences. Look at the journey that you're taking your clients through. Now, this was a small part of the overall workshop that I did inside the No BS Business Women's membership this month. We are in the middle of studying it. So if you join today for $297, you get the replay of the workshop on top of, we have CEO Mindset happening tomorrow, where I'm going to be coaching people. The next week will be the hot seat calls, where I will take 3 members, put them on the hot seat, and we will break down things that are going on in their business. And then you will also get the monthly review and assessment call, where every month when you join the membership, not only do you get access to all the monthly workshops, but you also get the No BS Business Planner. And then every month at the end, I take the members on a group call through assessing their previous month, setting their goals for the next month so that they're creating revenue, high-end type goals and things to accomplish. No busy work. I don't allow people to put busy work on their plans. There's the time and place for your tasks, but every fucking day inside the No BS Business Women's membership, you have to be working on things that are going to grow and scale your business. No matter if you're starting at 0 or you're starting at 1 million. We are going to work on the shit that grows and scales our membership or our businesses. And so you get access to all of that. And I just think that for all of you, emails, there is not a better thing than y'all can learn right now. We've already done the valuable free offer and done that workshop. This month was all about the email sequences. I gave them every ounce of copy that I use for both of my funnels, my business membership funnel and my weight loss funnel. I gave them the exact emails that I send and said, here's your framework. Here's my copy. Now go and what do you want to create with it for inspiration? We also gave them all my best copywriting tips in terms of PS strategies, subject line stuff, like all kinds of things like that. We just talked a lot about how do you set it up. And then these 11 emails to the sales closeout. Every one of them, like email number 2 is like your top desire. Email number 4 is a you might be thinking type email. We talk about what you address in each one and then like how do you incorporate all of it. But we give you all these different things inside of there. All right, let's look at some questions. What you guys are asking. Do you use the same nurture sequence for different freebies you have? I do. Now, if you're a beginner, I would use the same nurture sequence for each one just to make things easier for you. One of the things that you can do is like, if you use this framework that we give you, that I tell people all the time is you can change out just a couple, like the first couple of emails, like the first email is like a thank you email where you're delivering. So like inside my weight loss one, there are 4 videos. So there's like, basically they get 4 videos with no sales in the beginning. On the business membership, the freebie is 1 video. So after video 1, they start dropping into the sales and the nurturing there. What you can do though, is if you sub out a freebie, you sub out the emails that talk about the freebie, you can use the same copy for the rest, but you just go through all the other copy, same ideas, and then you look for ways to tie back to the theme of what that freebie was. So it just saves you a ton of time when you have a framework that you've got dialed in. These are also very malleable. Like I tell my clients all the time, it's like, if you see a couple in here that you're just like, we don't do that. Or like there's one about support. Let's say that you're just selling a course and there is no support. You don't have you don't have a Facebook group and you're not going to do like a support calls or anything like that. You may not have the support email that details out all the levels of support. So like in mine, I have for the business membership, I have a support email because I want to talk to them about, there's a post every week where you can ask the experts. We have a consult the experts thread every single week inside our Facebook group where you ask questions and it's either me, my 2 business coaches, Sarah, who's in the chat now, the badass marketing bitch, we're all in there answering questions all week long. The Facebook group is another way. We encourage everyone and teach them how to set up a small mastermind inside of our group. We have hot seat calls with me every month. We have a mindset coaching call with me every month. So we want to detail out the support in that email so that people know, think about it. Running a business as a woman is a lonely fucking job. You need your community. You need your support. That's why I built so much of that into my program. Is the automated sequence you're talking about that warms folks up and then gets them to buy the membership? Yes. This particular one is for getting people to either buy a consult call, or not buy a consult call, to either sign up for a consult call if you're doing one-on-ones and you do consult calls, or it is for the valuable free offer. This is to get someone to join. It also has what we call the I didn't buy sequence, because a lot of people miss out on, they don't set their people up who might buy in a month, 3 months, or 6 months down the road. It's really important that when people come, if you're going to invest in your time in organic marketing or your money in ads, that you're only going to convert so many people. But you're going to have all these other people that are on your list. And you need to have I didn't buy campaigns and I didn't buy sequences so that they know what to expect from you. A lot of people don't know how to do it. And if they do, they overwhelm them in the sequence. They just tell them like, and here's the 4,000 ways to work with me. Nobody wants to hear the 4,000 ways to work with you in one email. You know what I do? I delete your shit when I read that. So there is an art to taking someone to the I didn't buy sequence and making sure that they know how to work with you before they ever pay you a dime. How far into the nurture sequence do you have a call to action for an offer? I have a 10 email nurture sequence and removed all calls to actions to my offer after we did the math and found out it takes people 6 to 9 months on our last before they convert to paid clients. Ours starts basically, it depends on how long your valuable free offer is, but it basically starts at about email 4. If people are taking that long to buy, I wouldn't take out all the asks. I would figure out, how am I not making it compelling enough for them to want to buy right now? Usually what happens if it's taking someone that long, it is because you haven't made it compelling enough for them to want to buy from you. That's why this email sequence is so important. It tacks all the different psychological levers that someone needs. Like very often, first of all, you have to talk about what their biggest fears are. There needs to be an email about fears. There needs to be an email about solutions. And there needs to be an email about dreams and aspirations. There needs to be an email about who they could be a week from now. There needs to be an email just about questions. There's all kinds of emails. That's why it takes a while to get through the sequence, but you want to be doing that. Do you have target numbers for open and unsubscribe rates? Open rates, I would just throw all of it away right now. From what I understand, and Sarah can probably give more detail in the comments though, essentially, it's the click-through rate right now that really matters. If so, do you track the difference between organic subscribers versus subscribers from ads? We don't get a lot of organic. I know this sounds crazy because people would think I have 42 or 43 million podcast downloads now. 200 and something thousand people download every single week at this point. I have, tons of followers on social media and stuff. Honestly, organic is about this much of my traffic. We have a theory inside of No BS. We're at the point now where we pay for ads. We don't rely on organic anymore. We put all of our energy and focus onto making sure that our ad dollars are spent wisely and convert smartly. Now, that does not mean the rest of you cannot get into the organic stuff. I think organic does work. It's just that the fastest path to growth for me has been with paid traffic on the weight loss side. The business side, we are doing all organic right now. And we have about 5 new members a week, which is great at this point in this stage of my business. I opened it on July 12th. I happen to know because it's my birthday, and we're doing great. It's just steadily growing. People are staying. We are helping. I just tell everybody, it's the best way to get people to stay in a membership, give them everything that they won't need. Whatever they need, let's just give it to them. Let's just get going. And that's what we've been doing the whole time. So that's why I give them you want my email sequences? Here, we created a beautiful PDF for you. I'm just there is nothing secret about my fucking business. Everything can be found. If I always think about it this way, I was actually thinking about this before I even got on this call. I was my mentality when I built my weight loss business was, I want to put everything in there that I wish I had had all those years. And that's what I give them. I give them my time, my attention, somebody to talk to, all the things. On the business side, I'm what is it? All the things that I wish I'd had on the business side to make my 15 years of running a company easier. Part of it is the mental stuff. A big component of it is I wish I just had somebody to talk to. I wish I had just not felt so alone. I wish I had somebody that I could just ask questions and they would just tell me good sound advice and teach me how to start making my decisions for me. And on top of that, frameworks. I'm I think one of the biggest missing components inside of typical business memberships right now is They give you what I would just call watered down, generic ass frameworks. And I'm like, no, let's dig in. Let's really talk. Let me give you as much done for you as I can, but let me teach you the psychology behind it. Let me teach you how to get out of your own fucking way behind it. Like, there's several key components to it. So when you're thinking about your business, I think one of the best things that we all do to make a baller business is to sit back and think this one thing. When I was doing it myself, what do I wish I'd had? Because most of you are like me. You solved a problem, or you have a passion for a problem that you intimately know. Like you either are your first success story, or you're well on your way to being your success story, or you have a fucking passion for it. And like, you just want to help people with it. And you know what you wish you would have had. And so you start building from there. That's what I think is important when we're building out things. Any help on crafting great subject lines? Yeah. Do like Corinne did. Go Google great subject lines. Here's my 2 best tips. This is all I've ever done. Like, y'all wonder how I get amazing, like, people love reading my emails. You know why they love reading my emails? Because they feel compelled to open them. So here's my 2 best tips. Number 1, go to Google. It is a university that can't quit. And type in great email subject lines. There are freebies galore out there. I have a Dropbox folder, just where you store stuff, full of freebies from things. And I created myself a bank of like subject lines that spoke to me that I'd be like, ooh, I'd click that. That sounds interesting. And then I just crafted them into like my niche. And now we have a place. So when it's time for me to write emails, I have a place where I just have lots of different subject lines and I pop them in. I'm like, I write the email first. And then I think like, all right, which one of these subject lines makes this email? I do my subject line and my preview last. So my subject line, that's how I do it. And then my preview, I pull out a key sentence if I have one, plug that in. I always have a preview. The other thing that I do for great subject lines, I have signed up for everybody's fucking emails in the world. I don't read all of them, but I do scan them. And whenever I see an interesting subject line, I have an in my inbox. It's called Great Subject Lines. I move emails over there all the time. And if it's like, oh, that was interesting, that's an interesting spin, I put them there too. I add them to my bank after a while. Or if I'm just writing on the fly and I need to just access something quick, I just run through the emails. I'm like, what looks good? What matches this? That's the easiest way to do it. Don't overcomplicate this. There's like, I am sure there's psychology and stuff like that behind it. Y'all, do not worry about it. You don't need to know all that stuff. If there's 400 freebies out there of people who've already done great subject lines, get their freebies and use them. Save yourself time. You are a business woman. You are a CEO. You ain't got time to go in depth and learn every single thing. Only go in depth on the things that you really need to know. Does the Business Women membership focus mostly on coaches and online businesses? I run a small dance studio. That's a really good question. It doesn't focus just on coaches. It's really for female business owners that own a business where they are going to find that they need to market online. So if you are a dance studio owner, we've got some yoga studio owners, we've got some dentists, things like that. Emails, like, your online presence is probably how you market now. I was actually talking to a couple of restaurant owners recently. There's a restaurant in our neighborhood. We know the owners. We were talking about marketing and stuff. And they were saying how they really need to get on social, that they have found that radio and TV, like all the old school modalities, just don't work anymore. They're too expensive. And you're having to just blanket a market that doesn't know who you are. Or don't care about your, like, if I own a burger joint and I want to get people to come eat my burgers, and I'm on the radio, number one, people are going to change the channel when they hear a commercial. So there goes that. Number two, I'm also marketing to people who hate hamburgers. One of the nice things about social media and the way that we market now is that we can be tailored. We can go and find the exact people that we want to find and speak to them. So it's not just for coaches. It's for anyone who really identifies with, I'm online and I'm seeing my business needs a strong marketing. Most of our stuff is about marketing, how to build your business. Right now, we have done the first month in July. And if you join, then you get access to all of this. And you can join at, hang on, let me go back to my little list, nobiusbusinesswomen.com. And you can check out everything that we have to offer. It's $297 a month. It's a steal for what you get. Trust me, I wish I'd had this when I started out. But one of the things that we did in July is I'm a big, strong proponent of you must plan. And you must know how to plan smart. This is not how to make a to-do list. This is actually how do you set revenue goals? How do you start making sure that the activities you're doing in your business align to those first? And then all the other drudgery that we have to do in business to keep it afloat is second. Most of us do it right the opposite. We put out fires. We do all the things. We make time for the minutia. We never make time for the big stuff. Here's what I promise. Like, let's say you need to do your books. You got to pay your people. If you spent some time this week dedicated because you planned it first around your marketing, you are going to get your payroll done. But if you start with payroll, then you are going to spend probably more time on your payroll than you need to because you don't have a compressed amount of time to get it done. When you learn how to prioritize the right things and you're doing things that generate more revenue and you start like these things, I don't hope I have time to get to them anymore. What I do is I do them first because all this other shit, I take probably too much time to get it done. And if I had a compressed deadline, my ass would move faster. So we spent the whole first month on just smart planning, and everybody gets my custom written planner. It's the planner I use in my business. It's the planner my team uses. It's the planner we use inside the membership, and we all work through it. The next month, we did the valuable free offer. I taught everybody how to write a really good freebie. So like if I'm in a dance studio, sometimes you might have something where you sign up on this email list to get just a coupon code, a class code or something. Maybe like if you're teaching I don't know, if you have a dance studio for little kids and that's going to be your main market, maybe you have a freebie on your website where a mom can sign up for the 5 ways to get dance outfits on the cheap. Like I would give you my email address for that. Because most people assume that, like, if I'm going to put my kid in dance, I'm fixing to go bankrupt. And girl got to have some tights and a tutu and some shoes and some ribbons and all this other shit. And I watched all these moms. They're hightailing it all over the world. If you can, like, somehow stand out and give them a reason why, like, your membership, like, basically you have a membership. If you have a dance studio, you practically have a membership. You have, like, recurring revenue and stuff. Give them a reason why you stand out from the others. It isn't just, like, your dance is not going to be no special than somebody else's dance. It's like, where are the places where I stand out from the other studios? How is it that I'm helping my dance moms in ways the other studios aren't thinking about right now? All right. I'm just finishing up the life coach school where this person is becoming a coach, and I have no idea what's next. I just got a website domain and starting to get social set up. Is that when you get emails from people? Yes. So your next step, like if you have a domain and you're getting your social set up, which your social shouldn't take you more than 3 hours. Get you an Instagram, get you a Facebook page. You can start those in a heartbeat. You can go to Canva, Canva for free, and just look for the template and throw your shit up there. Like give yourself no more than 3 hours. Like that's all it takes to set up social. Everybody acts like that's such a big thing. It's like, start a fucking account. That's all you got to do. It's not complicated. Then you want to make sure that your social is sending everybody to your website domain. And your next thing is going to be that valuable free offer. You're going to want to have something on you're going to need, you don't need a full blown out, beautiful ass 400-page website. You need one page that says one thing. Here's this free thing I will give you for your email address. And now all your social directs there. And so when you're posting, you want to be like, see the link in my bio, click here to get my free thing. And you want to give value. And then you want to be talking about your free thing. But that's where you'll connect to you want to come up with a valuable free offer. Then you just need an email service provider. You link the two up. But all of that is explained in our valuable free offer workshop. And then anything else you need to ask, you could always ask and consult the experts. What is the best way to keep an email list? I have never had one for my business. I only respond directly to those who email me. I'm clearly lacking in this area. You just need to get started with, there's ActiveCampaign, there is ConvertKit. Those are the two that I hear a lot of people use. Kajabi is a place where you can store like a course. I think they also have their own email system over there. You want to make sure, here's the thing, when people just email you and you respond, you don't have every time you want to tell somebody hey, I've got a spot for 5 clients. You don't have a list. You need a list. You need a way to email people to say hey, I've got a spot for 5. I've got 5 client openings. It won't last long. Make sure you message me back and let's talk. You just need a way to do that. How do you keep an email to one call to action? I feel like I have a main thing I want them to do, but I can't help myself and add a PS or an alternate way to connect. You don't add that. How do you do that? You don't. And here's why you don't do it. You, for some reason, want to give them a hard choice to make. Stop doing that. You think it's great. It's well, if they don't want this, they may want that. Write another email. Send them an email this day about this thing. Make it compelling. Everything is about this. Don't confuse them. Don't make it hard for them to decide. Don't make it easy to delete. That's all you're doing. If you want to tell them the second thing, it's called a second email on another day. And you only talk about that thing. If it's not worth creating a second email, it for fuck sure isn't worth putting in the PS and confusing your clients. Our goal with email is to make sure that it's easy for them. They don't miss their moment, that you help them. Sometimes the best help we give someone is to help them see they would be having a much quicker, easier time getting to their goals when they have us to lead the way, to help. Because we've been there and we've done that. That is the reason why I set up my business membership. I want to see, I grew up dirt poor, not having the foods a lot. I was the chick who at 10, 11, and 12 was answering the phone every time it rang because my mama always said, bill collectors won't cuss out a kid. So I dealt with the bill collectors. My mama was working 2 jobs, doing everything she could to take care of us. So I get what it's like. I also did not go to college. It took me years to build my business. I learned so much. I do not regret a moment where I wasn't making money because I learned why I wasn't making money. I wasn't thinking about it in a business-like way. There were things I just didn't know that I had to discover. And I want more women to have the opportunity I have. I mean, this year I'm on the Inc. 5000. I was 1,052, the fastest growing companies in America. I want, I've changed my family's life. I have broke 2 generational curses in my family: obesity and poverty. And I want that for other women. And that is why I started this business. And so one of the things I think about is when I'm writing emails, I owe it to them to make it easy to know to work with me. And if they don't want to work with me, fine. They can unsubscribe or they can read every email, whichever one they want. Okay, in summary, if you want to join No BS Businesswomen, you can join right now. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Our CEO Mindset call of the month is happening. You get access to all of our replays. You can get every workshop that we've done up to this date, and you can go through them. We work every month, and we work hard in there. We are building businesses. So you can go to nobsbusinesswomen.com to find out more information about becoming a member. I would love to have you. If you just want to check me out and see what's the free shit you have, Corinne, go to freevideo.nobsbusinesswomen.com. But do me a favor. This is a social tip for all of you. If you ever go live, do not waste an opportunity to tell people, please share this if you liked it. Tag someone you know who could use it. Make sure you follow and like this page. It is important that we get the word out. Whether people join me or not, the reason why I put out free content is the same reason why I do it on my weight loss side. I want people to have the opportunity to learn something and to be able to get started on their dreams. So thank you very much. One last thing. Next month, this call is moving to the first Tuesday of the month. It's always on the second Tuesday. We are moving it to the first Tuesday of the month. So I will see you the first Tuesday of October at 10 a.m. Central Time. Bye, y'all.